Can there be someone in the world who says that they are unhappy because their life is too easy? If the answer is nobody, then I guess I am an exception. These days, I feel dull, even though the things happening in my life should make me feel the exact opposite. 6 months ago, I got married to my best friend and a guy whom I knew since school times. I am in a profession of my choice with a steady progress. I couldn't ask for better people in my life, be it my parents, my in-laws, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, my lovely husband. Still, something feels missing. I couldn't point it out until today. My day began as usual, doing daily chores, getting dressed, and ready to leave the house. Taking the crowded metro to my office, punching in and start working as usual. Then, during lunchtime, I got a call from a friend, Madhav. We were in school together, and now he's a big shot lawyer in a reputed firm of Vanchi City. It was unusual for him to call me for lunch. A couple of years have passed since we started working in the same locality. Never before he felt like even calling me, and today he wanted to meet me. Why would that be? I wondered. Maybe he needs my help with something, I said to myself. During our school days, he seemed to always need my help. So throughout the entire lunch, I kept on waiting for him to ask for my help with some problem of his. But it never came up. It seemed that he had called just to catch up and talk about the good old days. He must be missing home and thought I would understand because we both left our home state and came to this foreign land to settle down. By the time he ordered dessert, I was getting impatient. I was about to ask, but instead he asked me,
Is there anything wrong?
Hearing his question, I froze. This was unexpected. I don't even remember the last time someone asked me this question. People always assume that I am living an ideal life and therefore I am happy. I won't blame them. Even I believed that I am happy. That this is the kind of happiness mature people experience. Satisfied, but dull. I was quiet initially, but when I started talking, our real conversation began. I lost track of time. I was so lost in these deep emotions that I didn't even realize that I have to go back to the office. My entire life has been a very smooth ride. I got everything I wanted. Nobody questioned my decision. I never faced any failure. I never made a mistake. Even after marriage, my husband and I, we understand each other so well that we never fight over anything. I kept on talking and he kept on listening, like some kind of a therapist. I never made a mistake in my life, but I want to make one. I paused while I kept on repeating this thought in my mind. Then suddenly I spoke. I want a divorce. His eyes widened. The situation was ironic. Usually it used to be that he would take some irrational decision and I had to convince him out of it. But today the roles had reversed and I was hoping that he would convince me out of this situation.
On what grounds?
He asked. I had no answer.
Is he violent? Does he shout at you? Or is he having an extramarital affair?
Knowing my husband, I was very confident that there was nothing wrong with him. He's an ideal husband. Perhaps that is the problem. I said no to all.
You need a strong reason to get divorced. Do you have one?
He was now talking to me as if I was one of his clients. Oh, the decision of divorce was insane. The more I thought about it, the more I felt it was the solution to all my problems. Had my parents resisted my decision to get married to the person I love, I would have known how desperately I wanted to be with him, or more accurately, not. I told him.
Yeah, that's not a valid argument.
He replied bluntly. After thinking for a while, he smiled and said,
If your husband is squeaky clean, as you say, then maybe you can have an affair.
There was an awkward silence for a while when I was actually considering this. But then he smiled and then burst into laughter. I joined in. He played it as a joke, but I couldn't take this thought of cheating on my husband out of my head. It was already 6 o'clock, so instead of going to the office, I decided to go home directly. On the way back, I kept on thinking about it. Maybe having an affair that ends badly will help me value my husband a little more. It might not be harmful to fool around a bit. I chuckled. I tried to think of a guy in my workplace or in my society whom I was attracted to, and he too felt the same way for me. There were none. That's the disadvantage of marrying a guy like my husband. He's so nice to everyone that every guy treats me like a sister and nothing else. Or perhaps a stranger on a train, I said to myself while I was seated in a metro back to home. That was exactly the moment the doors opened and a guy walked in and sat next to me. From what I observed watching him through the reflection on the train's window glass, he was decent looking, formally dressed, and was wearing a mild, pleasant perfume. Maybe it could be him. I was seriously hoping he would initiate a conversation, which would eventually lead us to exchange numbers. He didn't. I kept on waiting. As more stations passed by, the compartment got crowded and a bit more noisy. I could feel his arm brushing against mine. I thought he was doing it intentionally, hoping that I might get annoyed and speak up. Okay, if that's what you want, I said in my mind. When I turned, I was disappointed to see that he had fallen asleep. That was the end of it. My whole life, up till now, I believe in the statement that good things happen to good people. I try to be my best self for the same reason, and good things did happen to me. But now I realize that that might not be the right way moving forward. What am I going to do now?
Well, that's a story for another day. End. Please like and subscribe to this channel and comment your thoughts about this story. Also, if you like my storytelling style, then you can hire my services via Fiverr or support this channel via Patreon. Please stay subscribed because soon I'll come with another story. Till then, thank you.